What is up, gamers? RC Stylez here, welcoming you back from our little hiatus as we did our updates for the month and usher our way into Season 4 of Gamers Purgatory. I'm welcoming you right now to our top 6 best Star Wars PS4 games countdown. This will be leading into our Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order launch, and I also want to take a couple minutes and promote a couple things. Number one, you see me rocking the shirt here. Yeah, that's right, Rick and Morty's back on Adult Swim for Season 4. That's on Sunday nights at 10:30 p.m. Be sure to check that out. As for Disney Plus, as we are doing the Star Wars special, also today Disney Plus just launched, and they have quite the library for Marvel, as well as regular Disney shows, Pixar, even National Geographic. But the reason why I'm talking about them is they also have a huge Star Wars collection. Everything from the original trilogy coming into the new trilogy, prequel trilogy, and a brand new series called The Mandalorian. Okay, so this is number 6 on our countdown list. This is Star Wars The Force Awakens by LEGO. And even though it's a newer game and has pretty good graphics for a LEGO quality type game, even actually has a cast and voiceover of listings, it's number 6 on our list because really, to me, the LEGO stuff is like a parody at best. And whereas the other Star Wars games had direct continuity and content to more serious tones to the Star Wars player and fan base. So like any other LEGO game, you just go around and, you follow through the storyline and you build shit to get past obstacles. I mean, there's really nothing special I can say about that. And at number 5 on our countdown is Pod Racer's Revenge for Star Wars. Basically, this is taking place when you're an adult Anakin Skywalker. This is a callback to the PS2 days, so the graphics aren't going to be as good as something you might find that's been put out for PlayStation 4 Direct. But I mean, it's still got a lot of heart, and who doesn't like a throwback to an old school game every now and then? So you attempt to try to go through here, and it's just like any other racing game. You fucking race, you win, or you go on to the next circuit. Coming in at number 4 on our countdown list, it's going to be Star Wars Battlefront Remake for PlayStation 4. And you're probably wondering why it's so like the Midway as of late. Its predecessor, I would break down as I do in sections 4. I'll tell you right now is that the areas are real linear compared to the other games. The controls are kind of clunky. They start you off with backwards controls compared to your normal Call of Duty type games. I mean, you can get used to that, and I do believe you can switch and change that. Oh shit, somebody's shooting at me. So this one plays out like kill confirmed. You fight, you drop them, and then you pick up their little indicators. And if they drop your partners, you can pick up your partner's indicators to keep them from scoring as well. Again, it's real linear, like it's in there and over here, that's it. So next up being the hero battles with this one. Again, you're on the same type of stage, you're very limited. You can go, you have virtually no customization. So, I mean, basically the thing is, your Battlefront 1 seemed to be multiplayer heavy. So, Alright, so in closing with this last segment, I guess what I'm trying to say with all this is that my biggest complaint is there's a big lack of single player options for this game and customization abilities.
Contacts confirmed. We'll move to intercept. He's on my tail! Use your targeting system to lock onto enemies. We're picking up more targets dead ahead. There they are.
Up next is another PS2 throwback. It is number 3 on our countdown list, and it is Bounty Hunter. We chose this one at number 3 to help cross-promote with Disney Plus for The Mandalorian. I mean, the controls are bad. Next up is number 2 on our countdown, and it is also a nod to the upcoming launch to Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Knights 2, Jedi Outcast. So this game was originally done for PC. I do believe it was a DOS game. It switches between third person and first person point of view, depending on what weapons that you're using. Right now we just have the gun at this time. As I mentioned that it was originally done for PC and DOS, it was also later made available for Steam. Definitely a callback to Dark Forces and Dark Forces 2, which was another DOS game. Okay, so that's going to do it for our number 2 entry. Before we get to our number 1 entry, we have one honorable mention, and we're going to get to that part next. We have now come to our honorable mention. This game really probably should have been at our number 3 slot from playability alone. Coming to us from the Super Nintendo Entertainment System is a very classic Super Star Wars. Now, this can be kind of frustrating if you're a real big fan of Luke, to where you want him to have his lightsaber, because in the beginning you don't get the lightsaber until you get to a certain point. And just like any of those classic games that you used to play when you were younger on the NES and SNES, just be prepared to die frequently. And that's going to do it for our honorable mention. Coming up next is our number 1 video. Keep it locked. And finally, we come to the end, and at number 1 we have Star Wars Battlefront number 2. another remake for PlayStation 4 from a PS2 version, which also was available for PC. Now, as opposed to the other Battlefront, this one is a lot more customizable. I'm going to run through a few different locations and different characters, but I prefer this one too because it has a lot more to offer you as far as single player campaign, single player offline mode, and then a fully customizable scenarios, battles, etc. Yeah, definitely Battlefront 2 is our #1 pick because of its outstanding ability to perform.
I know Padme said tread lightly, but I'm not really sure that's an option here.
Alright, so we thank you very much for joining us on our very first ever top 6, top anything countdown. I really feel like this went very successfully, and I want to invite you all back this coming Friday to join us for our launch for the Jedi Fallen Order, as well as our usual Friday Night Frights. I want to send out a thanks once again to Adult Swim for allowing us to promote for Rick and Morty, as well as for Disney Plus, which is available right now. And like I said, you need to check out The Mandalorian. I think that's pretty much going to wrap things up for us today. Again, many thanks, and I'll catch you next time.
So I tells the swamp donkey to put a trunk in me tradesman's entrance and have him lick me eyeball.
What? What? But what? What?